Welcome to the Wealth Transfer. We left off last week showing you how over literally the last 40, 50 years and leaving the gold standard made the 1% wealthy and we, the people, through inflation, a lot less wealthy. Today, we're going to show you who's directly responsible for today's last 7 years going forward. This is a big decision show. I'm Terry Sacka, Chief Strategist. I'm along with Dr. Charles Vance. Welcome.
Terry, good to see you again this week. I know this program this week is going to be dynamic. It's going to be crucial, really, I think a good word would be crucial for people to understand what's going on in the world. Not just, I want people to understand when we talk about what's going on politically, we're talking about things that are going to affect you. Things that are not just going to affect you in the sense of who's running your state or who's your senator or who's the president, but what's going to happen to you in the future. First of all, what's going to happen to your relationship with God and your ability to serve God openly and publicly and privately. I think that's really, really important. And secondly, I think is very, very important as well, is for us to realize that this is crucial concerning our finances. You know, we were talking right before the show started. The Bible tells us that we're in the world, but we're not of the world. That means we're not a product of the world. So we can be, and we talked about this just a little bit a couple shows ago, we can actually be in an environment that is safe within an environment that we really don't approve of.
That's right.
We can do the same thing financially if we are wise. If we take wisdom, the Bible said, in the multitude of counselors, there is wisdom. That doesn't mean listen to everybody. It means that you pay very close attention to the proper counsel or proper advice, and then you make decisions accordingly. So that's really, really important for us financially to understand what's coming up.
That's right.
And to understand, oh gosh, if so-and-so gets elected, this is going to be the end of things for me. Not if you prepare properly.
Position.
That's a key. That's what wealth transfer is all about.
You know, you make a very interesting point because the Bible says that, you know, the God of the world is Lucifer, right? And the world defined as the systems of, which would be your finances, your fake, your paper money, all that kind of stuff, you know, governments, music and such. And we're in Jesus Christ, we're in God. We have Yahweh. We have the power and the fire of the Holy Spirit guiding our way. So, why are we putting our faith in the systems of the world? Now, Lucifer is God of the world, aka name chaos. So as Charles said, I love it because he was saying as the world is in chaos, for us in the fire of the Spirit, we're in God. So we position ourselves properly when the world is in chaos. Lucifer is running rampant, although he is now. You know what I'm getting at? We will be superiorly protected and preserved in the right asset. And that's why I love that, because it doesn't have to affect us if we're in the right place with the relationship and our finances.
King David said, 1,000 can fall at my side, 10,000 at my right hand, but it shall not come near me. Now, not just because I'm standing somewhere, but rather because I have the favor of God on my life and because I've made right decisions. That's a key to us being where we need to be tomorrow and the next day and the next week and the next month. And so many people are waiting for something to change in the world or in the economy. Oh gosh, things are looking bad, I need to do something. That's like, I heard someone say years ago, that's like building a gate after your cow gets loose. You don't really get much results from that.
No, you don't.
So you need to build the gate before the cow gets loose, so you don't have to go chasing your cow all over the place.
Speaking of cow, that's a great segue. Let's get into this program today because this is so vital. We in the kingdom, 25 million Christians did not vote with the Obama-Romney. And if just 2% or 3-4% of those Christians would have voted, we would not have seen a third-term baby-killing, pot-smoking, Islam-loving, perverted type of leadership. We would have more of a centered, or at least someone who cared about the Bible. So I just implore and encourage you. eyes, matter of fact, we stand in agreement right now, eyes and ears be opened. We bind and command the deception be gone now in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Because this election is so crucial. As Charles said, whoever is next president, they are picking Supreme Court Justice, 1 for Scalia and 2 more on the way. So 3 justices.
People need to understand the importance of that.
That's what I'm getting at is this is so powerful. Huge because what is coming is a radical change of everything we know. Hillary Clinton has vowed that she will go after tax exemption for churches if you do not allow perversion and homosexuality. She will go after the church if we preach what's in the Bible, they will call it hate speech. She will take your guns. And this is the people she'll put on the court will be socialist-minded people. You think Kagan and them are bad? Wait till you see who Hillary would pick. This is epic because it doesn't matter what you think about Donald Trump. The people around him will keep him tamed and measured, and the people he picked for the court will be definitely right of center, protecting the church, protecting gun rights, and protecting our constitutional values. Let alone, I think he's going to do some major stuff in trade.
I heard Hillary say personally, I heard her say in a speech, these religious people are going to have to get over abortion. Well, that's what she said. Well, so that's like saying, let's get over murder.
Well, she is the proponent. Now, we all know this. She's one of the largest proponents of Planned Parenthood. Mm-hmm. And you know Singer, the lady who started Planned Parenthood, just for a little...
KKK.
Yeah, just for a little bit of caveat, the lady who starts Planned Parenthood, they say it's about women's health. 90% of what Planned Parenthood does is kill babies. Then they sell off the body parts. You can't get any more evil than that. Hillary's a major proponent of that. What Charles said is so true. This lady Singer who started Planned Parenthood, she was also a major KKK leader, AKA Democrat. And the reason she did it in the beginning, it was a design to suppress and destroy the African American culture. Mm-hmm. Amazing to me that the African American culture even remotely supports a Democrat today. They can only do that because of pure ignorance, and not in a bad way, just you're ignoring truth. So Hillary is the biggest proponent of this. So let's get into a little bit. I want to go in because this election is that enormous. That enormous. I know for a fact Donald Trump won't be going that angle, but when she says religious people, what is wrong with the Baptist community that we even allow Hillary Clinton to speak? I saw her speak, and she talks about faith, and she talks about how her father knelt down. Have you ever heard of the biblical phrase called wolf in sheep's clothing? I mean, we ought to be ashamed of ourselves for even giving that woman a platform. Not only is she corrupt in business, they left the White House poor. They're now worth $150 million on the backs of poor people. They are the 1% elite people talk about. They pander to you in middle-class world. They pander to you in minority world, and they raise up this white thing. It's just all ridiculously Luciferian. Divide. Where there's no such thing as color. God doesn't see it. He judges the heart. They're the ones dividing. Barack Obama's the one dividing. They're the ones bringing in this white privilege garbage, this safe space and you're hurting my feelings garbage, to the point where now they're giving African Americans their own dorms so they don't have to be around whites. They're trying to even train people in whites, saying you're privileged and you need to own up to it. What are you, crazy? I don't feel privileged. Okay, so the point is, I get where they're going. They went so backwards. They did it to divide, and I believe the social destruction was on purpose. Get us divided socially. Get us divided because Black Lives Matter had a good start. There was a good point, but they got co-opted by the George Soros, who, by the way, is the most major financier of Hillary Clinton's campaign and Barack Obama's trajectory. They're socialists. National socialists, aka Nazi, is the definition of that, and they're coming after us. They've co-opted Black Lives Matter. That leader for Black Lives Matter, lives in a mansion by Soros. It's all about socialism, communism against we the people. They need to destroy our Jesus Christ, destroy your gun rights, and destroy everything through the Supreme Court. You better be protected and get ready before this election. I would highly encourage you to get information, get registered, give us a call, and this is a good place to get started.
Cornerstone Asset Metals is here to help you protect and preserve what you have worked hard to gain. For those of you who have IRAs to protect, 401ks to preserve, or cash in the bank, we would like to send you a package of information regarding the changes to the dollar and the challenges of our economy that you need to be prepared for. This package includes how easy it is to roll over your current IRA or 401k into a physical precious metals IRA for long-term protection of your hard-earned wealth. For those of you who have cash to invest, we can arrange to have your precious metals stored in a private vault or simply send it to your home. Call our toll-free number or register on our website now.
Now, we don't have enough time in the day to outline all the facts of corrupt behavior coming from the Clintons. Go see, what is it, the Hillary movie? What one was that?
It's called Hillary's America.
Go see Hillary's America. It's based on facts. You're going to come out of there just ready to blow like a tea kettle. But I'm telling you, you have to. Because I mean, Benghazi is an ex-military man. Her as Secretary of State, the billions in donations to the Clinton Foundation, then getting favor from the Secretary of State. This kind of behavior, all in American history, found people in jail or resigned. How shameful and embarrassing it is for anyone to even consider voting for Hillary Clinton. Such a mean, and I mean vilely mean individual, let alone her husband. So I'm going to move right into this. Now, this is a take that was on The Drudge. I just love it. Found out this whole email scandal and cover-up. Cheryl Mills is the mastermind behind this. These women behind Hillary, man, are they corruptly wicked, I'm telling you. Mastermind, fanatic, frantically deleting confidential emails. She's in the favor of the Department of Justice because Loretta Lynch and all of them are all one. They're all part of the same socialist, Marxist, communist makeup. So this whole thing, purging subpoena documents and mysterious conference calls, this email scandal that the FBI, something happened there that doesn't make any sense. That's why you're seeing leaks out of the FBI, by the way. They know this was wrong. They know there was something bigger and more corrupt. The fact that, put it this way, you're First Lady of the United States for 8 years. You're a senator to New York, Secretary of State, and you're going to sit there and tell me you don't know what confidential markings are. And here's the worst part. Not only does she get away scot-free, how that works, there is a Navy gentleman that went to jail for just taking pictures on a boat. There are people going to jail right now for far less infraction of confidential information. Why is it that the global elite can get away with literally murdering babies, aka Planned Parenthood, and doing this kind of massively illegal activity? The email trails that have been leaked by the FBI and by Freedom of Information Act information show that Clinton's, not only people donating to the Clinton Foundation, not only did they donate, but then got favor from the State Department in contracts.
Those are the donors.
Donors.
Yeah.
And then they get favor in contracts. And here's the worst part. We, the people, is the ones that suffered. The poor people of Haiti, they suffered. The poor people of Africa.
Less than 10% of what was donated through their
foundation.
Through their foundation to go to Haiti.
Yes.
Less than 10% of it made it there.
Absolutely. And so and the thing is, she is so vilely mean. Her campaign is leaning all over the media, ABC, NBC, all those people. They're all hacks for the socialist agenda. They're leaning on them. Don't you dare report the fact that she's coughing and literally on a deathbed. Do you know what she tells the FBI after the leak? She didn't remember when she conked her head. All these leaked emails doing all this. She has no. Here's a lady. So, okay, you're First Lady, Senator, State Department official, head, Secretary of State, and you didn't understand the confidential system. Does that not make you nervous?
It would make me not want her to be president or any other official leader whatsoever.
It makes me not want her having the nuclear code.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you don't remember confidential briefings, if you cocked your head and have memory loss, if you're coughing so violently you're ready to die with a stroke, I'm not so sure I want you in charge. Military personnel that have been around her will tell you how absolutely vilely mean she is. So we need to understand the real character of this. And the reason I'm saying it to the kingdom, there's no liberals watching this program. It's about the Christians, the 25 million who didn't vote, that you have blood on your hands by allowing Barack Hussein Obama to become president. Are you going to do it again, whether you like Trump or not? And God used Nebuchadnezzar. God used many in the Bible. I think he's going to use Trump the same way. And matter of fact, let's look at this cartoon too. At
least he has welcomed evangelicals around him to talk with him, to advise. Over 1,000 met with him, and he spent time with them, and he's spending time individually with some of those folks as well.
He really is.
That's not happening.
No, and watch this.
With her.
No. Here's a great cartoon. We can even put this full. There's Satan himself sitting on a chair. And the title above him is Globalism, World Socialists. George Soros is on the one arm, and then the other one's down there. Of course, Bernie Sanders, he got castrated. He's in the fire pits over there on the right. And then you got Bill up at the top. Come on, Hillary, time for your acceptance speech, while she's bending down, kissing down the ring of Satan, of the globalists. She is a neocon. A neocon is a war hawk. She will pick a war with China and Russia. I almost believe deep that Trump will not go there. He's going to negotiate. And no one wants the war, so they will work out a business deal. They want the war because they're the globalists. So you got to keep this in perspective. Now, one of the things that is sensitive, I know people aren't going to like this, but I think they need to put it in perspective. I'm going to put it up anyway. Bill Clinton was one of only 2 or 3, I believe it was, impeached. Many of you don't know that. But Hillary's husband, who will be the first lady, first man, well, they're transgender people to an extent, or they love that, so I guess he could be the first, who knows what, right?
First person.
It'll be the first person. Oh, God, oh my gosh, I can't believe we can't say man and woman. God forbid me. He's going to be the first man of the country. Here's a man, Democrats stand up for women's rights all their lives. And here's a man who has audio documented claims against him, rapes and sexual assaults. So the guy is the biggest pervert on the planet. Now, what I think we need to understand, he's not going to be president now, so he's going to be bored. Can you imagine? He was impeached for lying about having sex in the White House, and you want to put them back in charge of morality in this country at a time when we need focus.
It's a critical time right now for us as Christians. We have got to be people who stand up for what is right and to become vocal. When I was a young person in church, they actually told us, people would tell us, don't vote, because if you vote, everybody's bad and you're bound to vote somebody bad in. And as a consequence of it, we have allowed people that are ungodly to take over our government. Not everybody there. There's some people that are trying, but we've allowed a lot of ungodly people to get in office because we haven't stood up for what God says is right or against what God says is wrong. We have a personal, not just a responsibility, but a privilege to make a difference in America.
Absolutely. And all I know is from a Christian's point of view, we have a moral obligation to defend our children. I know my nephew learned what oral sex was. Sorry, I know Church Channel, but he learned it from this guy in the White House when he was going through that impeachment. And ever since then, children started learning what that was and started doing it because he said it wasn't sex. That is so horrifically morally corrupt. And here's some people that we need to pay attention to. I'm going to read this because they deserve to be heard. Juanita Broderick in Arkansas, raped. Eileen Welson, raped. Elizabeth Wall Grayson, raped. Regina Blakely forced himself on her. Kathleen Willey, sexual assault. Sandra James, sexual assault. 22-year-old 1972 Yale student, sexual assault. Kathy Bradshaw, sexual assault. Paula Jones, unwelcome sexual advances. Carolyn Moffat, unwelcome sexual advances. On and on and on.
It should make us angry enough to do something.
That's my point here. And what I'm saying is,
will you take that picture?
Oh,
off?
I know, I'm with
Thank
you. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I did this because we in the kingdom allowed this to happen for 8 years. I know this seems a little aggressive. Maybe that is what it's going to take to get you to vote for what will save our soul. We will never be saved in this country again. It will be irreversible if we do not stop this Clinton machine, because she will put 3 people on the Supreme Court that will change the direction of this nation for 40 years. It will never, ever go back once that happens. Donald Trump at least will have people around him that'll give us a chance to recover and recoup who we are. We have got to stop it. I'm not talking about those Democrat liberals. They're going to vote. Think about it. They're going to vote. I'm not saying you're even voting for them. My guess is almost nobody in this audience. And if you are, you should go get your head examined, and I'm going to probably say you're not a Christian. But what I will say is, we in the kingdom who did not vote because we didn't like Romney, we did not vote because we didn't like something, you better really pray hard about that. Because not voting is a vote for Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, and all those crony, socialist, Marxist revolutionaries. This country will be over. I encourage you, this is the one time, because if you do not vote, shame on you. If you do not vote, the blood of all those babies are on your hand. The blood of the children, of our children's children, are going to be on your soul. The soul of this nation is in the hands of we the people in the kingdom that didn't vote. And I know that sounds aggressive. You take it up with God. And I'm going to tell you, He's going to let you know. This is a time we better stand. And if you think for a minute, that lady is a Christian, you better think about the wolf in sheep's clothing. And I know this is going to be aggressive, and I know people don't like it, but shame on us, 25 million who didn't vote last time, and look what we got. Look at the downright, they lit the White House up in rainbow colors and flipped off God. I personally think that's an abomination. And the blessings to our nation. You see, why this is so vital. Not only all this corrupt and perverse stuff I outlined, they are the instrumental effect of the middle class destruction, starting with NAFTA and trade. And she, no matter what she says, she is a first-class liar. She supported TPP, which is the next trade agreement, and she's going to support it after the election. Donald Trump will renegotiate the terms. TPP, for whatever job we have left in American manufacturing, will be gone. You have a big responsibility. Whether you like the candidate Trump or not, you better think about the bigger picture. Supreme Court justices, TPP trade, abortion to the nth degree, the social strife and unrest because they're going to formulate socialism. We better wake up to this because we don't have a choice. You remember they said that they had it covered for us? Let's go into some litany of these things. Obamacare. She tried to do this. When they were president, Bill was president. Obama did it. Look at the premium increases on Obamacare around the country. Oregon, 26%. Up to Tennessee, you're getting a 27% increase. Texas, you get a 53% increase on your Obamacare premiums. Here's another image I want you to see. These colors of the maps of the United States are providers of Obamacare. On the right were 2017 Obamacare carried by county, and on the left were 2016. The other way around. You can see they're abandoning Obamacare. Right here, this next chart, you're not going to probably see through it as clear. But every one of the states of this country is listed. And all those states on the left side are getting massive increases in Obamacare premiums. Remember, your premiums will go down. You can keep your doctor. Wealth transfer of the greatest epic Marxist proportion I've ever seen. And here's the big one. The biggest bite out of the middle class's pocket right now, 24% increase in health care. All of our money is going to this. Percentage change in middle income households spending on basic needs since Obama has taken office. They tell you they're for you until they stick it right in your back and steal it from you. This is hardcore evidence of one policy, not all the others we even outline. I don't know where else to go except remind you of this middle class. That was the trading floor back in 2007, the Western financial system. This is the trading floor today. Our global economy is getting ready to experience a reset at an epic proportion, and the middle class is on the verge of destruction. They have been saying they were for you all this time, that we've been destroyed. And if we want to protect and preserve what we have left, we need to get our assets out of the system into God's money, constitutional money, silver, and we need to elect the right person, and God, pray we get business people, not corrupt politicians. So God, forgive me if I seemed a little much. God bless each and every one of you. May you make the right choice.
It is up to us as individuals. Again, Terry, I want to mention to people to make right decisions with our finances. The Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. That's not up to the government. That's up to you. We're going to be back with more wealth transfer news next week, same place and same time for Terry Sacka. My name is Charles Vance. We will see you then. Have a great week.
Are you concerned about the security of your financial future? Cornerstone Asset Metals is here to help you prepare for the extraordinary times ahead by protecting and preserving your assets through silver and gold. At Cornerstone, the protection and preservation of your investment is our first goal. So we are here to serve you with honesty, transparency, and respect. Take control of your future by registering on our website at cornerstoneassetmetals.com or call us toll-free at 888-747-3309. Call now, 888-747-3309. At Cornerstone, securing your future is our goal.